So we know we do our NFL divisional previews, man, every year, and we're doing it this year, but we're gonna make it a little spicy style. You feel me? So we're gonna do NFL previews, but everybody's gonna give a bold prediction. So first, we're gonna talk about our favorite division, the NFC East, man. And warning, these takes might get a little fanish. You know what I mean? Because we got an Eagles fan. You see me wearing the hat. We got 2 Washington Commander fans, and we got a Giants fan, man. But that's why I picked it for today, so we get into it, man. Because the beautiful thing about this is somebody's gonna be wrong, dead wrong, and most of us are gonna be talking real optimistic today. So let's enjoy it, fellas. The optimism is at an all-time high, and things are only gonna go down for here for most of us. But so let's get into it, man. NFC East, man. What are y'all predictions, man? Who's gonna win the division, and what's your bold prediction for the division? Bryce, I'm gonna start with you, man.
Yeah, that was a smart move starting with me on this, man. So let's take a historical approach here, right? And anyone that follows the NFC East closely, you've known that the last 10 plus years there has not been a repeat division winner in the NFC East. So you know what they say in Vegas, right? What do they say in Vegas, Scruff? What do they say, bro? Come on, man. What do they say?
You don't go against the trend. You don't go against the trends. You don't go against the trends. That's what you
exactly, my boy.
You don't bet against the trend.
But you know who that eliminates right now off the top? Who that eliminates, bro?
Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys out of there.
Yeah, you thought it was the Eagles, but
no. Dallas Cowboys out of there. So now, with that said, Dallas Cowboys to me were the best team last year. I still view them as the best team this year when I look at it on paper, talent-wise. I feel like they check a lot of the boxes. I think that they still have perhaps the best O-line. I think they got the best O-line in the division still. They did lose Connor Williams. They might be tied with the Eagles. Eagles got a pretty good O-line too. You know what I'm saying? You can view it as a toss-up. And Skins got a pretty good O-line. Well, Commanders got a pretty good O-line as well. But I just think that the Cowboys O-line, when healthy, is elite. And the question is, can they stay healthy? We know they're not winning the division. No repeat winners, right? So let's go ahead and put them. Let's say they finish second, just off the strength that they're still probably the best team on paper. So now we got 3 teams really competing for that top spot. If we're just taking the Cowboys out based off trends, the Giants. I think we all can agree that the Giants are a lost cause right now, right? We all can agree except probably G, because he has a bet with me that they're going to have more wins, I think, than the Commander. No, he's got 8 wins. He's got 8 wins. He got over under 8 wins. So right. He's probably hoping they're good this year, but they're not getting over 8 wins. There'll be a 4 and I'll give them 5 wins, 5-12 football team, 6-11. Maybe they're picking top 5 again next year. They're a top 5 team next year. So cool. Now that leaves you to the Eagles and the Commanders. And I'm going with the Commanders to win the division. And I'm trying to take homerism out of this, but I feel like the Eagles is the obvious pick. In the NFC East, it's never the obvious pick, as we all know. And I just feel like the Eagles have a tougher schedule than the Commanders. Commanders got the easiest schedule, not just in the division, but also some would say in the league. And I think that the upgrade that the Commanders are seeing at the quarterback position, going from Taylor Heineke, who is a decent backup at best. I wouldn't even call him a good backup. I'd say he's a serviceable backup quarterback in the NFL. That's his real ceiling. And he was their starter all season, and they still won, 7 games? So you give that team a competent quarterback that can push the ball down the field, they should be in that 9 to 10 win range. And I think that's going to be enough to win this division, as I don't see anybody else running away with it. I don't think we have a 12-win team in this division. I think this division is won with 10, 11 games max, and that's your division winner. So that's how I view it.
I do agree with you on that last point. I do think 11 wins does win the division. But I disagree with you about everything else. Bottom right, let's hear what you have to say.
Well, I'm going to go with All that shit's a bunch of caca, poo poo, whatever comes out people's anuses. What Bryce just had to say. And I'm gonna go with for the first time in over 10 years, I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys winning the division. I don't. Out of all these four teams, who has a better quarterback?
The Eagles.
Oh my god,
All right, now I know you smoke mad crack.
Yeah, you
Stay
crazy.
the fuck off the crack. That's where you're losing your hairline, my boy. That's Jalen Hurts is not the man. He's not better than Dak, and you don't have the better running back neither. And the only thing that the Cowboys are hurting is the defense. The defense really sus. But last year the defense improved, but still, I think that's going to be the one thing that's going to hurt them. I think Dallas wins the division, and then from there, I believe it's going to go how I finished last year. It's going to be Dallas, then the Eagles, and then it's going to be the battle of the poo-poo between the Giants and the Commanders. I really don't think the Commanders are. They're still hurting from letting Cousins leave. I know y'all wish y'all signed Cousins to a long-term contract because now y'all got Carson Wentz.
That's a good point.
Y'all been searching for a quarterback since 1995. Yeah, still searching. I'm not, and then
y'all searching too, fool. What you mean?
Did we just start searching since Eli Manning left?
Y'all searching. Hey, y'all searching harder than us right now, bro.
Listen. Y'all just trying to cover up Stitch's wound with Band-Aids, and look how that's looking. Bunch of poo-poo. Listen, I miss my big homie Eli. I miss you, big homie.
All right, G. So you got Dallas winning the division. Care to make a bold prediction? I'm gonna come back to you, Bryce, for yours. Bold prediction. And Dallas winning the division is not bold.
But what the fuck else is bold about this division? The division of poo-poo. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'll let you
this
think about it.
Poo-poo. No, I'm gonna let you think about it. You tell me what bold ass prediction.
I got some.
You gonna say the only boldest shit you can tell me is that the Commander's gonna win because we're all gonna know you're gonna pick the Pigeons to win this. So
that's not my bold prediction.
And now let me hear the other Washington fans. And now let me hear the other Washington Commanders, the worst name in all of NFL, tell me about how they're about to win Rivera coaching staff. Let me hear this shit now. Go ahead. Man, listen. No one gives a fuck about the Commanders. They should have called themselves the Redbirds. I would have cared a little bit more.
All right. So before we go to Rome, because we already know what he's gonna say, but I'm gonna jump in so we could break up and make it, add some levity. You know what I'm saying, to this situation. So y'all picked the Dallas, you picked the Washington. I do agree. I don't think it's gonna be a repeat, Bryce. I think it's gonna be the Eagles, and it's pretty obvious. I agree. It seems like the obvious pick, and it is the obvious pick because. Hey, they were in the playoffs last season, and they made the playoffs when they weren't really supposed to make the playoffs. Jalen willed them into the playoffs, with all due respect. And, now they've added a lot of weapons, bro. They added A.J. Brown. Their offensive line is much more improved, bro, and the defense is much better as well. So now I think they're going to be much more improved. I see the Eagles as an 11-win team, and I think that they're going to win the division pretty easily. I think Dallas is going to be in the mix as well. And I think Washington's going to be in the mix. I see Washington and Dallas in the 8 or 9 win area, depending on how things go. I really don't know what to expect for Washington in the sense that Carson Wentz could be really good. I've seen him be really good, and I've seen him be really bad. So I say 8, but I know it's going to go either one way or the other. It could go to 10 or it could go to 6, and that just depends on what kind of day Carson's having. So, it's all in God's plan, as he would say. So, so good luck with that. I got the Eagles winning the division, and my bold prediction is that Jalen Hurts is going to lead the division in passing touchdowns.
Oh my goodness, that's bold as hell, bro. All right, well, if you're done with your pigeon propaganda, I'd like to point out the fact that whenever we do, our NFL previews, I always keep it super objective. We could run the tape. I don't think I've ever picked Washington to win the NFC East since we started this podcast, and we could definitely run the tape on that. Last year I picked Dallas, my least favorite team in the NFL, my least favorite team in sports, and this year I'm gonna pick Dallas again, and for for one reason, not because I believe in Dallas. I actually think they regressed this season. I don't think they're as good as they were last season. They might have the best team on paper. I kind of like the Eagles roster a little bit better, but it's kind of what G said. It comes down to the quarterback play. It comes down to, can Jalen Hurts get past the Cowboys? Because we know this division is going to be close. I got Dallas getting about 10 wins. I got Philly getting about 10 wins. Commanders will be right there in the mix at 8, 9, 10 wins too. But really it's going to come down to those games where it's Philly versus Dallas and Washington versus Dallas and vice versa and all that. So the question is, can Jalen Hurts get it done against Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys? And the answer is no. Jalen Hurts is not ready to step up to that big time level. What did he do against Dallas last year? Didn't y'all give up like a 50 burger at one point? I'm pretty sure he had like 2 picks in the game in Dallas. That game was never really competitive. So the litmus test to me for Jalen Hurts is, can you go into Dallas? Can you compete with Dak Prescott? Are you really ready to be on that level? Because you got the roster around you. The team got the talent. So is he going to fly high like an eagle, or are they just going to be eating crumbs off the ground like a pigeon? That's really the question for the NFC East. And as far as my bold prediction goes for the NFC East, for this whole division, what I think will happen, whoever wins it, whatever team gets to the playoffs, there might be more than one. But one NFC East team will make a run to the NFC Championship for the first time in like 5 years. So that's my bold prediction for the East. I don't know which team it'll be, but one of these teams will get into the playoffs and make a run to the championship.
That's bold. That's bold. I love that. I love that. Well, I will say this, Rome, on regards to your claims on the Cowboys. From what the appearances from the outside, the Cowboys do appear to have taken a step back in terms of talent, particularly at the wide receiver position. We talked about Zeke Elliott, regressing over the years. Another bold prediction. He's going to have under 1,000 yards this year. So 2 for 1.
Not all that bold, but all right.
Whatever. It's medium take.
Just a prediction. Just a prediction.
All right, fair enough.
I got a bold one for you, though. Jahan Dotson will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Or Rookie of the Year, whatever it is.
That's a dart if I ever seen one.
One Jahan Dotson this year. Remember I said it, yo. Remember I said it on this very show, man. I might have put in a bet. I'm putting in a bet on it. That's all I know. I'm putting a bet.
The last time you fuckers drafted a Dotson, how did that work out?
That was a Dotson.
Yeah,
so
buddy.
Close the fucker no.
What are you talking about? We drafted Dotson this time, and he about to come out cooking. I got faith in the kid.
That reminds me, you was talking about the cartoons and they sound like Jetsons. Meet George Jetson.
Jetsons, man, that's a throwback right there. Damn.
Jesus
another Cartoon Network classic.
Nah, that's classic.
I really want to see.
Those are classic, bro. I would never shit on those. But I'm talking about that new age Cartoon Network, bro. I was good on. And Scooby Doo is a classic, though. Scooby Doo is definitely a classic. But Ed, and Eddie, that junk was trash.
That shit was.
I was never a fan of Ed, and Eddie personally. But you know what's funny about some of them Cartoon Network shows is they got a weird cult-like following.
Yeah,
it's because it's for degenerates.
Oh shit!
That Ed and Eddie shit was weird, bro.
Shit was, bro.
Let's take some football, fellas. But tell me real quick. So the first month, you guys, how many games you winning the first month? You going 2-2, or you going 4-0?
You talking about the Commanders?
No, I ain't talking about the bullshit ass Commanders. I'm talking about the fucking Pigeons.
Eagles start out with the Lions. I got that as a dub. We got the Vikings. I think that's a toss up. I think the Eagles Commanders game's a toss up, and I think the Jaguars should be a dub. But I think we come out of all them games 4-0. 3-1 at the worst.
That's crazy.
3-1 at the worst.
I'm gonna give y'all 0-2 coming to us. And that's the one thing that worries me. If y'all 0-2 coming to us, y'all might get us. Because it seems like that's how it goes for us. We be like 2-0. And a team like y'all that's 0-2 come in and beat us, and then all of a sudden we go spiraling. But I'm hoping that doesn't happen. If I see y'all coming at us 0-2, I said maybe y'all take the first one. We'll split with y'all this year. Maybe y'all win the first one, we'll win the second one.
Damn, you fuckers got it pretty hard this year though, because you guys Dallas in week number 4 after the Eagles.
Yeah, and we're gonna learn a lot about the NFC East.
I like that though. I like that. Let's get them out the way early. Boom, boom. Dub. We good.
So, all right.
Early division lead.
So, Dallas got Tampa week number 1. they got the Bengals week number 2. They got the Giants for week number 3, and then they got you guys week number 4.
That's a
Hey,
tough
you-
schedule,
Them first two is tough, bro.
I was looking at it earlier, bro, and here's another bold prediction for you. Dallas is going to start the season 4-0. Dallas going to start the season.
Wow.
I got a bold prediction for you. They're going to start the season 0-4.
They got Tampa at home. Brady's on like what, his second center. I don't even know what's going on now. Just came back out of retirement.
Out of here, bro.
They want revenge for that game, and it's in Jerry World this time. Then they got the Bengals also at home. I think it's the perfect storm for Dallas to do what they always do. Come out looking like gangbusters, and then you're gonna see them all over the national TV. They're gonna be all in the newspapers, and then come the fall of the year, all that'll be behind us, and they'll lose a playoff game, and a wild card team in the NFC East will go for a run.
Man, out of all the schedules we looked at, that's definitely the hardest opening slate. So,
oh, by far, but I still got them. I still got them opening up with 4 dubs.
Tom Brady gonna cook Dallas, bro. Week 1.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I
bet both of y'all 5 on that game.
I want that to happen. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think so neither.
Hey, G, you want to bet 5 on that game? You want to bet a
Yeah,
dub?
we can bet 5. We can bet 5.
I meant the dub.
You meant dub now? We can bet the dub.
All right, bet. I'm writing it down, bro. We got a couple bets going right now, G.
That's fine, my boy. Make sure you have my rep money ready. You heard me?
I hope you keep it track, my boy.
That's fine, my boy. I ain't never been scared. You heard what Bone Crusher? I ain't never scared.
I feel it, man. I feel it. The bets is flying, man. The action is hot.
I personally believe Dallas lose to the Bengals just because I don't see that 3-headed monster that the Bengals got and those receivers. It's going to be pretty hard. It's going to be a long night for Mr. Diggs to cover Jamar Chase, Higgins, and the rest of them boys. That's going to be a long night. I feel bad for any defensive coordinator right now with the Bengals. But, yeah, I see Dallas starting the season off with 3-1. I think they lose to the Bengals. But that's kind of bold, man. You got them 4-0 already. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And continue on, right? So now let's see Washington. How you guys starting your season?
Good question.
I got us 3-1. I got us 3-1. I think we win the first 3 games. I think we go into that Dallas game both undefeated, and they get us.
So you lose in week 4 then.
My only fear is that Carson crumbles against Philly. I think we could get Philly in DC early on, unless Carson just comes out there and has a Carson Wentz like game.
Yeah.
It helps that it's in Washington.
Yeah. I don't like him going back to Philly though. I think y'all might get us when we go back to Philly. I think that regardless of where the season is, I think Carson gets in his head.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be, Philly.
Very tough spot.
As where somebody where you had a rough time already. It's like the Ben Simmons situation, but not as bad.
Yeah.
We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. I think we can get them too. I think we can get them 2 at home though, Rome. I really feel like it's going. I'm not a big believer in Jalen Hurts yet, man. Like,
bro,
I like Jalen. I did like Jalen in college. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like he hasn't shown me the accuracy in his full season as a starter. And maybe that's what he worked on all off season, where he's grown as a quarterback. Being able to make those reads, sticking in the pocket, and making big time throws. I just didn't see it consistently last season.
Still tapping into Pigeon's Twitter and getting all your news from them. Remember last year how you told us? You still same guy you get it from the Sixers? Yeah, remember how Scruff said, I'm getting my news from the Sixers. You still same guy for the Pigeons? Any good news about the Jalen Hurts and the receivers?
I mean, obviously, I'm getting the same news as Rome. We were talking about it before the show. So I think we're all on the same page here. The Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, actually, I was just about to mention that because I've been very tapped into the East. Everything about Jalen Hurts from this summer, man, is his accuracy. Accuracy has improved. He's hitting AJ Brown. They got crazy chemistry. And personally, man, we haven't talked about Jalen Hurts a lot on this show. We talked about him here and there, but I feel like in order for the Eagles to really win this division or make any real noise, it's all about him taking a huge leap. I feel like the hardest thing for him isn't even going to be to improve his accuracy. It's going to be living up to being that dude, being the guy, the quarterback of the East. Like Dak had to make that leap from, oh, okay, you took over for Tony and you pretty good, but are you worth the $40 million a year? We were talking about it on the pre-show or earlier at the beginning of the show. Bryce said it. Go ahead. Are Philly gonna pay Jalen Hurts? Because that's what it's gonna come down to. He's got to go out here and prove, hey, Philly, Scruff, I'm worth the 45, 50 million. You know what I'm saying? I'm worth you going out and buying this jersey. Like, you got to go out and you got to beat Dak. You gotta beat Dallas in Dallas. You got to do things like that. You got to beat the Commanders in FedEx. It's these type of things. Jalen Hurts has to show me a lot this season, and I'm not saying that he can't do it. He's got everything around him, but he's got to take one hell of a leap for Philly to get where they need to go.
Hey, and I like that comparison you made. And if you remember, when Dak had actually played pretty well, they were actually reluctant to give him that contract, give him that bag, and put that, stamp on him. So, it's a fair question. And we'll see how that's going to play out this season and over the next couple seasons as far as Jalen Hurts. Lamar Jackson still ain't get his bag. So there's a lot of bags that need to be distributed out here.
Good ass sports. I don't know nothing about those sports, but I know they good ass sports.